Hello, Mr. Lee here. All right, here's number 22. Directions say if 1, 0 is root 2, use it to factor 8x cubed plus 3x squared minus 16x minus 6. Okay, so we're going to use synthetic division to divide this. We're already given a root of, we're already given a 0 of root 2, right? And then the original function is 8x cubed plus 3x squared minus 16x minus 6. Right? So these are just the coefficients of that, that function. So we're essentially taking that original function, dividing it by a 0 that we already know, and we should get the rest. Okay, so if you remember your synthetic division algorithm, we're going to add our way down. So this becomes 8. We're going to take this result and multiply by the root. So this becomes 8 root 2. When we add these two, they're not like terms. So we're just going to keep it as 3 plus 8 root 2. And then when we multiply, we're going to have to go 3 plus 8 root 2 times root 2. I'll show a little bit of work on the side here. Right? We have to distribute essentially. So just so you know where it's coming from, right? Root 2 times 3 is going to be 3 root 2. And then root 2 times 8 root 2 is going to be plus an 8 times 2, right? The root 2's, because there's 2 of them, now you get a times 2 there. So final result is 3 root 2 plus a 16. Okay, so that's like the simplified version, 3 root 2 plus 16. And then we're going to add our way down. The negative 16 plus 16, that's nice. That cancels out. So then you're left with a 3 root 2, right? We're adding our way down. And then if you take 3 root 2 times root 2, you have another pair of root 2's. That's a times 2, right? No more root, times 2, and then times a 3 here from the original. So 3 times a 2 gives you a 6 here. And that should make sense because we have a remainder of 0. We were already given a 0 of root 2, so we better get a remainder of 0 here, right? So now this is how we write it. Okay, we were given the root of root 2, a 0 of root 2, so we can start with x minus root 2. And then since we divided this original polynomial and got this result, this is now translated into 8x squared, right? Coefficient of 8, 8x squared. It's going to look a little confusing. Your second coefficient is 3 plus 8 root 2. All of that is in front of an x. And then we add a 3 root 2 like that. Okay, so now we want to see if we can further factor this guy. So there's no, I don't think there's an easy way to visualize this. But if we go with our guessing and checking for factoring, right, we should be able to split it hopefully into the product of two binomials, right? So if I'm just focusing on this and I'm trying to factor it into the product of two binomials, right, we can do some guess and check. So I'm going to start with factors of 8x squared. We're going to go 8x and 1x. And then factors of 3 and root 2. I know this is a little abstract because you have like a radical in here, but the simplest way to break it down is 2 factors of 3 and root 2, right? And hopefully you can see the pattern of this middle term. You have the nature of the 3 and the root 2, right? So this is going to be a plus 3. This is going to be, this is going to be a root 2. And then this is going to be a plus 3. Okay, if you do the distribution check for these two terms, it will match your original. Okay, so let's do it. 8x times an x is 8x squared. 8x times root 2 is 8 root 2x, which is represented by this, right? 8 root 2x. And then your 3 times x is a 3x. That's over here, 3x. And then your 3 times root 2 is your last term. Okay, so I think the answer in your answer key just reorders this into x plus root 2 times x minus root 2 times your 8x plus 3. So there you go.